Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a long overdue Camp Cretaceous video. It's been a long while since I made a dedicated video to Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, the series that basically helped bolster my channel to where it is today. But why has it taken me so long to return to these type of videos? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be discussing here today on this video. As we all know by now, practically 1 year ago today, we had the final installment of Camp Cretaceous released to our screens in the form of Camp Cretaceous Season 5. While the series may not have ended in as good of a state as it started, it has ended nonetheless. Which is why we have been a bit dry on making Camp Cretaceous content for a while. However, today we're discussing the potential of it to return and how we could see a return to this series in the near future within Jurassic. So if you're eager to learn more, be sure you're subscribed to the channel, as this is the best place to be if you want to learn more about Camp Cretaceous and Jurassic World as a whole. Go ahead and go get some snacks, sit back and relax, as it's time to answer whether or not Camp Cretaceous will ever return. Camp Cretaceous was undoubtedly the Jurassic series we all needed to finally start a rise in Jurassic content in the form of shows rather than movies. Whilst it may not have been for everyone, it certainly was important to this franchise. It expanded the overall lore and aspect of this expanded movie universe to the point where we can correlate different aspects between the shows and the movies together. Some things that aren't valuable enough to spend time learning about in the movies can easily be explained via the series, which is exactly what an expanded universe is built for, and something I've personally been wanting for many years from Jurassic. The first 3 seasons of this show were just absolutely phenomenal, with season 3, personally speaking, being some of the best Jurassic work ever made since Jurassic Park. However, on the contrary, season 4 and 5 sadly gave Camp Cretaceous a bad name and left a sour taste in many people's mouths, unfortunately. But staying on top of it and looking at the positives, I will always remember Camp Cretaceous as the season 1 to 3 series, with a beautiful season 5 ending. But it ended. So now what? Well, many people have been asking for a Camp Cretaceous sequel, which doesn't make too much sense because you can't really do a sequel of a series and just slap a name of Camp Cretaceous 2 onto it. Yeah, sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? So no, there will not be a sequel to Camp Cretaceous. But it doesn't mean that we won't see a return to these characters. As I am sure you're all aware of by now, especially if you've been subscribed to me and following the content I've uploaded recently, a brand new untitled Jurassic World animated TV series is on the way that's expected to take place between the years of 2018 and 2022, basically the post-Fallen Kingdom era. This is something I actually discovered nearly a whole year ago in an exclusive video. So if you wish to learn more details about that, feel free to go and check out that video. So far, we're aware of a character name, we know that it is animated by DreamWorks, there will be at least one brand new character, and we also know that an Allosaurus will be appearing in this series. So what makes me think that Camp Cretaceous will be making a return? Well, whilst I am not outright confirming their return in any way, shape or form, it's the most logical step for this future series. As we know, these characters have become loved by millions who watch this show after its massive success on Netflix. Bringing back actors like Jenna Ortega to voice some of the more interesting characters like Brooklyn also makes tons of sense in my opinion. And when we take a look at the end of Camp Cretaceous and what happened to these characters, a lot of their stories ended on an open book. Ben was left on Manticore Island, Darius was spotting a Brachiosaurus, Kenji was living with Darius' family, and, most importantly, Brooklyn was left investigating the Lockwood Manor incident that took place during Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which is a key thing to point out here. As we know, an Allosaurus will be appearing in this untitled Jurassic World animated TV show. A dinosaur that was introduced via Fallen Kingdom, but a dinosaur that we saw its adult debut in the short film Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock, which takes place in 2019. I assume that potentially off-screen, Brooklyn would have learnt more about what happened at Lockwood's Manor and then set her sights on tracking dinosaurs in the California area that escaped Lockwood's Manor. She would eventually come across the Big Rock incident and possibly even track the Allosaurus, as we know it did not die off at the end of Battle at Big Rock. And maybe even show a different perspective of what happened during the Big Rock incident, just like what we saw for the Fallen Kingdom intro. In Season 3, we got an alternate perspective of the start of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which is arguably one of my favourite scenes from this series. But yes, I do believe that the campers from Camp Cretaceous will be returning. In one way, I don't expect everyone to return, Kenji, Sammy and Yaz being the main ones to not return, simply because they don't really make too much sense or purpose to be added into this story. But Darius seems like he is still a good character to have in a similar series. Ben could play a potential plot point as he is still there on Manticore Island in 2018, and Brooklyn may be the most important character to follow as she's already knee-deep in tracking these dinosaur stories from the exact moment the incident was reported at the Lockwood Manor. However, I would expect some new characters to make their way into this series as well, it's a given. We already know that one main character is happening, but I doubt we'll be left with just 2 to 3 characters within this series. I'm predicting a potential lineup of 5 main characters with a couple of cameos here and there. The campers from Camp Cretaceous have already become iconic enough to the point that maybe even a cameo from them would be a very neat thing to do. But overall, yes, Camp Cretaceous will be returning in some way from my own professional opinion. How and when is yet to be known, but we expect it to be within the new animated series that's coming hopefully in August of 2024. I predict that Brooklyn will be one of the main characters from Camp Cretaceous returning, with a few others potentially being there, or potentially even being cameos if they aren't a main character. But either way, Camp Cretaceous will be returning in some way or another. Thank you for watching today's video. Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below about whether or not you'd like to see these characters return in a future series and why. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so to stay up to date on everything to do with Jurassic, and like the video if you enjoyed. But most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you, did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.